Okay, this is our lesson portion for this part of the lesson. So we're going to review really quick our different parts of our y-intercept equation. So here we have y equals 2x plus 3. So we want to identify the slope and the y-intercept. This was something that was previously taught, so it is just a review. So our slope, remember, we have y equals mx plus b. This does not always have to be a plus sign. Sometimes it is a negative. M in this equation represents our slope. So here is our slope. And our y-intercept is our b. So here is our y-intercept, was positive 3. So our slope was 2 or 2 over 1 if we were to graph it out. And our y-intercept was positive 3. Okay. Today in this lesson, we are going to be working kind of like we did in the activity, where we're going to actually be writing an equation similar to what we have here. Oops. Okay. Shift that stuff all off out of the way. Okay, so here we have a graph, and we kind of practiced this in our previous activity where we were identifying the slope and the y-intercept. And today we're going to be actually practicing a little bit more on writing that y-intercept equation. So we have y equals mx plus b, where our m is our slope and our b is our y-intercept. So I like to kind of do a template so I remember what things I need to fill in. Because there's really just two things that I have to find. I have to find the y-intercept, which is what I like to start with, because when I'm graphing it, that's what I always start with. Plus, it's really easy to find. And then my slope. So I'm going to start with that b portion. And it looks like it's crossing right here between 5 and 3, which is 4. So that's a positive 4. So I need to make sure I put that plus sign in there, because it's either going to be a plus or a minus in the back end. Now we're going to find the slope. So here on this one, they have already identified where it's crossing another corner. So our slope is rise of 1, run of 1. Our slope is 1 over 1, which is the same as 1x plus 4. It's very important also that you're paying attention to make sure that these are only in intervals of 1. Sometimes they change it and each box might be worth 2 or 3 or various numbers. Okay, so our equation for this one was y equals 1x plus 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and try another one. Okay, so it looks like my intervals are changing by 1. Okay, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. So y equals something x and then plus or minus something. So I'm going to start with that y-intercept, which is right there. It's not marked, but it is between the origin and 2, so that's 1. So it's a positive 1 in the back end. And now my slope is rise over run. So rise of 1, a run of 1, 2, 3, 4. So our slope on that is 1/4 x plus 1. Oops. Okay, let's try one more. Once again, we're going to be doing y equals a slope x plus or minus something. So we're going to see where it crosses. So pay attention. Here's my origin, and it looks like we're below the origin. I know my negatives kind of tend to blend in, but you need to be paying attention that those are negative numbers. So this point right here is actually -3. So we're going to do a -3 in the back. And then we're going to go ahead and do our slope. So we're going to do our rise and our run. Our rise is 1. Our run is 1, 2, 3. And that is a positive slope because it's going up from left to right. So our final answer is y equals 1/3 x minus 3. Okay, so let's try one more. This time I'm going to go ahead and draw one out. So I'm going to pull my graph out here. Okay. Okay, so if we were to write the slope of this line, Okay, act like that line extends all the way through. I don't want to take the time to go through and extend it all the way out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and write our y-intercept equation for this. So we have y equals our slope with an x and then plus or minus something. So we'll start with that back end of where it's crossing our y line, which is right here. And that would be a -5, so -5 is our back end. Our slope is our rise and our run. So our rise is 2. Our run is 1, 2, 3. Now, take note, our line is going down from left to right. That's a negative. So we have to now put a negative sign in front of our slope. So our final answer on this one is y equals -2/3 x minus 5. Okay, so let's try one more of those. Okay, so I'm drawing my line here really quick. Okay, so there's my line. So we have y equals our slope x, and then where it's crossing our y line. So this time it is crossing at +8. So we're going to say +8 or +8 in the back. And now we'll check our slope. So our rise and our run. Our rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our run is 1, 2. And then once again, I have to pay attention that that is going down from left to right. So that is a -5/2. So final answer is y equals -5/2x plus 8.